science fiction. In Star Trek, the original series, and even The Next Generation, they dealt with issues that were groundbreaking for the time. Issues that you couldn't deal with in modern television programming. They had the first interracial kiss on television. But it was sci-fi. It was abstracted from today, so it was not an issue that immediately created censorship issues or problems like that.
Many people ask me, do you like Star Trek? No, I don't like it. It doesn't mean I like space, I would like space movies. I don't like it, I never liked it. I tried to watch it when I was a teenager, but I couldn't.
And his very humanistic approach to science and space and issues affecting the Earth were very influential for me. And it led me to consider the idea of being a mission specialist in the space program.
When Carl decided to write a book, a novel called Contact, about the first connection between the human race and extraterrestrial intelligence, there was a lot in the book about the religious implications. And apparently I was the closest person that Carl knew to qualifying as someone interested in those kinds of issues. So I became the theologian in the book. So Carl called me and asked if he could use my name as that character in the book, which he changed slightly to Palmer Joss from Paul Joss. And then, of course, it was another 11 years later that the movie rights were bought out by Warner Brothers, and they made the film Contact, which was also a lot of fun for me. I liked the character that I was in the novel. I wasn't too thrilled with the character that I was in the movie played by Matthew McConaughey. But still, it was a lot of fun just being a character in a movie, even if it was a fictional movie.
The universe is a really, really big place. I think it's an incredible conceit to think that we are the only ones.
It disturbs me. It puzzles me. I find it very mysterious that we have not yet seen any signs of intelligent life beyond the Earth.
What was the old quote, the best sign that there's life in space or the intelligence in space is that they haven't tried to contact us?
It should have been clear by now if it's out there, if it's commonplace. One possibility is what I might call the nature preserve hypothesis. That is, civilizations that have been out there for vastly longer than we have been here, vastly longer than we can imagine, maybe tens or hundreds or thousands of millions of years. When a new intelligent species comes into existence like our own, hide yourself from us. Let this new civilization on this new planet called Earth develop its own art forms, its own architecture, its own philosophy, and that will enrich all of the civilizations in the universe.
I certainly do not view the prospect of encountering aliens with some sort of wide-eyed hope and expectation of mutual growth and learning. I think that an encounter with an extraterrestrial would be extraordinarily dangerous.
Another possibility is a sad one, that maybe an innate property of intelligent life is that intelligent life just ain't intelligent enough not to know to destroy itself one way or another. There's a third possibility, also makes me sad. I hope it's not true. And that is that we really are alone.
Since I was a kid, I just loved to look at the stars, just wondering what can be behind that. So I think people should look at in space too. Just think as you being in space, looking down on Earth. You think people arguing and having problem with each other, just kind of stupid.
Maybe in one sense, space travel offers a chance for the first real global community, and somehow they learn to communicate and get along with each other.
The Earth, there's only a a finite number of people that can coexist on the Earth, so that at some point we're going to outgrow our planet, and it would be nice to have an alternative.
In Australia, they have a term for it for people like us who actually believe in space and really want to see it develop. We're called space tragics. And it's almost like we're Sisyphus, and we're just pushing that boulder uphill over and over and over again. Nothing's happening because the vast majority of the world doesn't care. We found this with the Apollo program. As soon as we landed, no one cared. They turned their TV over to whatever show was on ABC or NBC or CBS at the time.
The people that were born since the last moon landing are growing up believing, hearing a myth that people went to the moon. We're at great risk of in the future having nobody alive who's been to the moon. There's a great danger of it becoming, not only something of the past, but also possibly something that they barely believe even happened. And I've heard it said that the boom or the number of scientists and engineers that followed the Apollo missions was due directly to the fact that we went to the moon. Not having something like that at the moment is, it's a great loss for mankind, and a space program, if nothing else, serves as a great motivator for people.
This to me is that basically we've dropped the ball as far as inspiring young children to take up the calling.
It's very telling that when you ask children when they're 6, 7, 8 years old, whatever, what they want to be when they grow up, by the time they get to high school, astronauts drop off the list.
Particularly in this country, I think it's a problem worldwide, but it's particularly true in this country, is that kids, at least at the high school level and earlier, K through 12, don't get that kind of sense of wonder from their teachers.
Kids are inquisitive. Space exploration is a wonderful opportunity for them to nurture that inquisitiveness. And I think it's important for our society to continue to encourage these kids through education and through opportunities to explore, whether it's space or whatever project they'd be interested in here on Earth. Knowledge will triumph over superstition and fear.
Some people say that Earth is our home and there's no reason why we should leave, but, almost any teenager knows why you want to leave home.
Civilization depends on skill, common interests, and communication. If it's true that everyone has an opinion, space is the place about which they have that opinion. There's something for everyone to rant about. Space is the definitive social arbiter, and people have been talking about it since the first human lifted his or her eyes from the earth and saw the stars high above.